I lost 50 pounds, which is crazy because I was already relatively lanky.
Understanding what Crohn's disease is actually is the key to breaking the cycle.
And we were just trying different medicine. Eventually, I'm on a pretty extreme medicine called Remicade. Basically, you nuke your immune system.
One of the first treatments that doctors do for a bad gut is antibiotic. That might fix the short-term problem, but really what it does is it sets your gut up for distress afterwards.
I was 15. I just started going to the bathroom 8, 9, 10 times a day.
So here's why it happens. It's like a chain reaction.
I just live life on hard mode, to be honest.
In a recent interview, Mr. Beast, one of YouTube's biggest stars, if you don't know him, look him up after this video, he opened up about having Crohn's disease. And he said his doctors told him there was nothing that he could do about it. Now, I personally disagree. And as someone who spent over 12 years helping clients with Crohn's disease and gut issues, I can tell you there's a lot you can do. So that way you're not stuck in pain, having flare-ups, and dealing with frustration forever. Now in this video, I'm going to walk you through what's really going on behind the scenes and walk you through our 5-step system if Mr. Beast were my client. And it's step number 5 that most people miss. So if you've ever wondered why someone so successful is still struggling with gut problems, or if you're living with Crohn's and wondering what's next, this video is for you. So I'm Dr. Forrest Sauer, and I work in a clinic where I help clients uncover what's actually triggering their gut inflammation and what to do about it beyond just simply the meds and surgeries. So let's first talk about what Crohn's disease actually is. Once we understand that, then we can start to focus on the fix. So Crohn's it isn't just simply bad digestion. It's an immune-driven inflammation in the gut lining. That's what it is. The immune system is driving inflammation in the gut lining. Now, people with this, they're going to get cramps. They're going to get diarrhea. They're going to get pain. They're even going to experience weight loss. And doctors often focus only on symptom control. They only focus on the pain or the diarrhea. But that's not going to fix the root cause. You see, in order to actually fix the problem, the immune-driven inflammation, you need to look deeper at things like leaky gut, bacterial imbalances. Maybe there's too much stress. Maybe there's foods that are triggering the problem in the first place. And even someone like Mr. Beast, who might be doing everything right, quote unquote right, can still be caught in this perfect storm. So here's why it happens. It's like a chain reaction. Here's what builds that storm. It first starts out with leaky gut. There starts to be holes punched in your gut. Those holes are going to let toxins and particles through your gut into your bloodstream exactly where it should not be. And this is going to lead to an immune system overreaction. You know those people in your life that overreact to circumstances? This is what your immune system is doing. The gut microbes, the gut bacteria, that's going to create an imbalance as well. Too many bad bugs are going to be fed by this inflammation, and there's not going to be enough good bugs to take the place. Now, one of the first treatments that doctors do for a bad gut is antibiotics. And that might fix the short-term problem, but really what it does is it sets your gut up for distress afterwards. It's really just simply adding to the perfect storm of a complete gut catastrophe. Now, if we have a poor standard American lifestyle, like a poor diet or more stress on top of the antibiotics, this simply makes things worse. This will lead to chronic stress, which means that you're going to have an over-release of the stress hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is going to start weakening your gut integrity, and it's going to start fueling inflammation all the more. You add on top of that more food triggers or toxins like gluten, dairy, processed oils, or environmental exposure. These can all spark flare-ups. As you can see, this can quickly become this perfect storm where you're getting attacked from multiple different angles, and this is why you can feel like your health is drowning. This is a great example. If your body is a garden or your gut is a garden and you want to help keep that garden safe, you're going to put a fence around it. So if this fence, when it's strong, the nutrients are going to get in, the bad stuff like the deer and the raccoons and the bugs, they're going to stay out. But in Crohn's disease, that fence has large gaps in there. Someone left the gate open. People and deer and raccoons and bacteria are flowing in uninhibited. They're just waltzing right in. Now your garden or your gut is going to start to die. Weeds are going to start to pop up everywhere, and harvest, it completely gets ruined. So why do I cover all of this? Well, it's because understanding what Crohn's disease is actually is the key to breaking the cycle. Now, whether you're Mr. Beast or anyone dealing with this chronic pain, we need to understand what's going on. So what do I do? Well, here's the 5-step protocol. And the 5th one is the one that people miss the most. Now, step number 1 is repairing the gut lining. I'd like to start with milk thistle seed extract. This helps your liver first get the toxins out of the body. And you might be thinking, well, the milk thistle seed extract has nothing to do with your gut. You're right. We need to get the bad stuff out first before we can free up the space for your gut to start to heal. So that's the reason for that one. You can't heal if you don't get the bad stuff out first. Now, the second nutrient of step 1 is turmeric root extract. This is a very common household ingredient at this point, but it is a powerhouse in decreasing inflammation. And it's very well tolerated to sensitive guts. Now, with another one, it's called 𝐂𝐫𝐤 extract. You may not have heard of this one, but it's a very, very gentle fiber that's going to act up like a sponge, and it's going to start soaking in these toxins that are creating a lot of the inflammation and pain in the first place. So most forms of fibers are way too harsh on a sick gut. This one's very gentle and it's tolerated very easily. These nutrients, they're going to start to decrease the inflammation, allowing the gut to patch up these holes in the fence and stop the flare-ups before they even start. So that's step 1. Step 2 is we need to rebalance the gut microbiome. We test the gut, we remove foods that are feeding the harmful bacteria like the sugar and the highly processed oils. And then we start introducing the probiotics like Saccharomyces boulardii. Notice I said we remove the foods like sugar and processed oils, and then we start adding in the bacteria. Let's not put the cart before the horse. We need to start removing what's causing the problem in the first place before we can start adding the good stuff in. Once we start adding in the good probiotics, this is going to help feed the good bacteria. You see Saccharomyces boulardii, it's going to help boost the healthy bacteria and yeast. It's going to help fight against the bad bugs, and this is going to help rebuild the microbiome community in your gut. Now, step number 3 is we need to calm down the immune-driven inflammation. I like to use something called serum-derived bovine immunoglobulins. This is going to help reduce the immune-driven inflammation in the gut, along with getting the inflammation and toxins out of the body through healthy detoxification. The bovine-derived immunoglobulins is a great way to help calming down the immune system and resetting it so that way it stops attacking your gut. Step number 4 is reduce the stress load on your body, support adrenal health. I like to use ashwagandha, rhodiola, breath work, and sleep support because a calm body is essential for gut healing. Now, step number 5 is have a personalized, and this is the one that most people miss, have a personalized nutrition plan. We run an elimination protocol in our clinic to help clients identify the food triggers like gluten, dairy, corn, beans, eggs, onions sometimes, because these are quite often the quiet culprits that are keeping the inflammation alive. So if you've tried taking probiotics but haven't fully addressed your lifestyle, this is a big reason why a lot of people take supplements and don't get results, is because they're only doing one thing and not the other. And here's what most people miss. If you don't find and remove these triggers, like I just said, you can feel like you're doing everything that's right and you still feel stuck. If you feel this way, this is why it's happening. And it's going to lead you to still feeling inflamed, stuck in pain. And that's why in our clinic, we don't guess, we retest. We test for markers like CRP and homocysteine, and they show us exactly how your body is responding. This gives you proof and us proof that healing is actually happening on the inside. Now, this 5-step plan, it doesn't promise a miracle overnight, but for many, it reduces the flare-ups. It restores your energy. It heals your gut lining, and it brings back your quality of life. And this is all without relying on medications or surgeries. So if you think this sounds complicated or worried that you've tried everything before and it hasn't worked, just simply understand this isn't about following a fad diet. It's about a root cause, data-driven plan. You get the clarity and you get the results that you can actually measure. That's what true healing really looks like. If you have Crohn's or chronic gut pain, this could be the plan that you've been missing. So if you want to figure out exactly what's going on with your gut, You can click on the link below, take our gut health assessment, so that way you can see exactly what gut type that you might be struggling with specifically. Or if you like this video and watch another, you can click on this video right here.